Welcome to Python in a minute. This is not one of the common videos of Python in a minute because I want to wrap up all about print function here. So it might be Python in more than a minute. Let's start with the definition of print function. With the help of this function in Python, we can display any string, number, or even variables at the output. So simply we should type print in the parentheses and string, for example here, to display in the console. By running this, you can see hello world printed or displayed at the output. We can pass even combination of variables and strings or numbers or anything to the print function. Here we have a string and then variable, which is name here, string again, and variables, and end with the string. Here we need to separate each of these input with comma. So Python will understand these are different inputs to print. And if we run this code, you can see variables replaced with their strings or numbers and printed at the output. But for this function, for the print function, we have a couple of arguments, so we can control it and use it in more flexible manner. For example, the first one is separator or step argument. Normally, when we pass a couple of inputs to the print function, it separates them with space. If we run this part of code, you can see each letter separated by space, but we can modify it to use another separator between these letters. For example, we replace it with the empty string, and if we run this, you can see there isn't any space between the letters. Or even we can change this separator to any character or string that we want. Here I use hyphen to separate the letters, and here you can see after each letter and a hyphen is printed. Another argument is the end argument. Normally, by default, the print function print a new line after each print statement. So here we have three different print statements, not like this passing different at once. We have after each print statement, we will have new line, and so you can see after each letter, the next letter is printed at the new line. But sometimes we need to disregard this new line and normally print after each other without any new line. In that case, we can use end argument for this aim. And here you can see we replace it with the empty string. And by running this, you can see each letter is printed without new line. Or even we can again replace it with any characters, and after each word you can see this character is printed. With the help of this argument, you can do some creative stuff. For example, here with the help of this end argument, we print a tree at the output. So this could be one of the interesting part of the print function. Another argument of the print function is flash, and with the help of this argument, when we put it equal to true, it means we will see the output at the console immediately without any buffering. But when we use it with the false value, we say to the Python that buffer it, and at the end it will print this asterisk character at the output. So when we run this, we expect that at the first time each characters print after each other immediately, but for the next time we expect to buffer it and display it at the end when all calculations and computations are done. So let's run this one. You can see here each character is printed after each other immediately. When it's done, there isn't any character at the output, and we saw them first at the time when all computations are done. So this we can use this one when we need a real-time monitoring. So with the help of flash equal to true, we can see the result at the output immediately. But the last argument of the print function is file, and with the help of this one we can redirect the input of print function into a file instead of print it at the console. So normally when we print something we will see it at the console, but if we redirect it to a file, we can save it for further debuggings or analysis. So for this aim, we need to first open a file. We will discover the file handling and the next videos. But for now, understanding that this line only open the file and store it in f variable is enough. So we pass this f as a file argument to the print function. And if we run this code, we can see all outputs are redirected into this output.txt file. Okay, that was all about print function. We discovered all arguments, and happy coding!